Hey YouTube, today we're going to be going over the trains I caught in and around the St. Louis area while going after big boy number 4014. Mostly the Railfanning afterward, but I figured beforehand I'd do a little recap on the trains I saw while chasing the 4014. Starting with this northbound Texas Eagle number 22 with two P-42 DCs built by General Electric.
We just saw it like 20 minutes ago. We drove over here so that we could see it.
Nice.
The next train would also be Amtrak. This one was the Missouri River Runner / Lincoln service, a combined train if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, it was going really fast. We did not have time to stop anywhere to get it. We ended up checking out whatever was on St. Louis Union Station's sightings, and it included that old RDC and this blue passenger car called the Southern Hospitality. These cars all belong to the Terminal Railroad Association, at least I'm pretty sure they do, And there was also this car, the Silver Chalet, and they were all lettered for the Polar Express, except for this one. This Amtrak Horizon car was lettered for the Hogwarts Express of all things. They might have the wrong country, I don't know. Anyway, there was also this EMD SW1 from the Washington terminal. This thing used to work Washington, D.C. Then it went to Amtrak and the Morristown and Erie, and finally ended up in St. Louis as their switcher. We also took some night shots of the 1616 and 1776 before heading over to the nearest Terminal Railroad Association rail yard, where we saw some really cool stuff there. These white locomotives you can see in the distance are the Wiggins Ferry Terminal locomotives, and apparently are some special locomotives for the TRRA, so I was very happy to get these. They would roll back into the yard after this and go pick up a train and then come back out. Unfortunately, there was no way to get ahead of them, although we did try, but we figured by the time we made it back into St. Louis, they'd probably already be there. We also photographed these HLCX locomotives, so that was pretty cool, and went to above the yard on the bridge. With us figuring there was no way to get ahead of that train, we decided to instead take a look just ahead of the yard and found this Norfolk Southern train, which was getting ready to depart. We also found the CSX Power, a CN-SD75i, and this Iowa Northern F40M-2. This was built as an Amtrak locomotive, and later became part of the Canadian American Railroad, which later became the Montreal, Maine, and Quebec, and got sold to the Iowa Northern, which is now owned by the Canadian National Railroad. Decided to go over towards Alton, Illinois, where we saw this engine, SLCC 2024, an EMD SW8 that was built as a U.S. Army locomotive. after that, we decided to check out the Port Harbor Yard, where I'd seen on Google Maps you could see some locomotives from the road. Well, those locomotives were not there, and so we moved on to the Alton and Southern Yard. This yard was very interesting, but all we saw were Union Pacific SD40s and this little bit of road power. At this point, both of us were absolutely exhausted and ready to pass out, but there was one more thing that was close by that I wanted to check out. I had no idea this was here. I just found it on the map and said, we gotta check it out. This is the Metro East Yard, if I remember the name correctly. And it had this Missouri Pacific private car, very beautifully restored private car, and a bunch of rare locomotives, as you can see here. XBNSF, WRFX units, CSX 3021 for some reason. I have no idea what that was there. As well as an Omnitrax unit, as you can see over there, that's brand new painted, different switchers, Norfolk Southern SD70M-2s, what looks to be an XCSX SD70As, and a PRLX SD70As Tier 4. All really cool stuff to see. And as we were on our way to our hotel room, we found this happening. Yeah, we've got no idea what this malfunction was for. And we sat there for like a good 5 to 8 minutes as we were calling the railroad to tell them what was going on. The next morning, we got up fairly late, so that gave us barely any time to do anything, as we had plans later in the day, unfortunately. But we did make the stop by Mound City. That high hood you see is DOW Chemical Canada Incorporated, or CGBX number 103, a GP9 that was built as Illinois Central Railroad number 1998, and later became Jackson and Southern Railroad 103 before being sold to CGBX. The short hood unit is number 2005. It was built as a Santa Fe GP7U and later became Trinity Rail Management Incorporated, or MCHX, 2005, and was then sold to CGBX. For these two engines, 3513 and number 100 in the shop, yeah, I have no idea. This, I believe, was EMD SW 1001 GATX 67, built for the St. Joe Mineral Company before being sold to GATX. This is CGBX number 2508. It was built as Santa Fe, or ATSF F7A 314, and then rebuilt into a CF7 by them later on, and then sold to Consolidated Grain and Barge, or CGB. I actually caught this once before on Northbound Manifest A431, and yeah, I'm happy I got it then. If you want to see the original video, check it out there. Anyways, we left Mound City and ended up crossing this bridge into Missouri before we went down through Missouri back towards the CN Fulton subdivision. The CN Fulton subdivision would be our last train stop of the day when northbound intermodal Q197 popped up pretty much out of nowhere, and we turned around and raced it up the line.